Happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome to Accurate Opinions with Hope and Dwayne. Our guest today is Miss Jessica Wright and Mr. Devin Eady. Welcome, guys. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing very well. Thanks for asking. We wanted to do a little get together. Miss Jessica, I heard you had some things on your mind.
Well, not necessarily on my mind, but going back and forth with Devin on some subjects, yeah, I just needed another opinion on it.
Okay, back and forth with you. Let me make sure you guys do understand that we're talking millennial gaps here, okay? You just understand, if you leave here and you're still a little baffled, yeah, we're talking Gen Zers versus Gen Xers, okay?
I thought
You guys are 24, right?
We're millennials.
Are you 24?
yeah.
You're Gen Zs.
No,
No.
1996 is the
No.
last year.
96?
96.
Yes.
Okay. It's still gonna be a millennial gap. What's on your mind, Jessica?
Well, he brings up, or he watches things on TikTok about feminism, and it grinds my gears, and I don't know how to explain it to him. I'm thinking more of a modern day feminist, although there are some people nowadays that want to bring in like the 1950s feminist, and it's just not necessarily working. I don't.
What do you mean? I mean, when you first told me that you wanted to do that topic, I was like, I had to look that up, man.
Okay, like feminists, it used to be just, women empowerment, women wanting jobs, quote unquote equal rights. And although I myself have not experienced this, but the wage gap and the pay gap between men and women. So there's that thing. Me personally, I'm not a feminist, but I'm going to say, okay, I can help you with the bills, but you can also help me with the cooking, the cleaning, taking care of the kids. I'm not that old woman with the little flowy skirt and just barefoot and pregnant. I can't do that, so don't expect that of me.
Okay, so you're just asking for equal rights.
Yeah.
Okay,
Across the board.
yeah, that's fair. It's kind of funny because we're divided right now.
Dwayne may have planned that, you guys. He may have planned that.
I didn't plan it. Come
He
on.
said,
now.
Devin, go behind me.
Hey, that way I have some back. I gotta have somebody to back me up. So, Devin, what do you think?
So, for the most part, I do believe equal across, in a relationship, especially, it's 50-50. It's no one should be putting in a majority and then someone's just kind of sliding by. But in regards to feminists, how it originally started, as you say, it was equal opportunity across the board, getting jobs and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's turned into people essentially wanting women to have more opportunities than men. And I feel, men and women, they're not equal, but they are equal.
Okay.
As a man, genetically speaking, I am going to be stronger than the average woman. I'm going to be able to do, physical stuff better than the average woman. There are a lot of stuff that women can do a lot better than men.
Right.
So that makes them not equal because they are two different genders. But the feminists nowadays would want to say, I can do everything a man can do. And I'm just like, you can do a lot of stuff. You may not be able to do it as well, some of the stuff, but you can do it. That doesn't make it essentially the best for the situation. So it's like a lot of women don't believe men can be oppressed. They don't believe men can go through struggles and stuff like that. They feel all women are always the victims in every situation.
I'm kind of with him on that, guys.
I'm with him to a certain degree.
This is about to say the same thing.
There are some things that men are just going to be able to do better. There are some things that women are just going to be able to do better.
Of course.
I don't really care that I may clean the house better than a man.
You can clean house better than me.
I don't care that I may clean the house better than a man, and I beg to differ. However, comma pause. Just because I'm not there doesn't mean the house should go dirty.
Of course.
Now, when I get there, I got to be careful not to be like, when I get done, I don't leave the dishcloths on the sink. I put them away, because that can discourage you from doing it again. But the fact that the dishes are clean is a plus, But I don't like the word equal, because even if you and I do the same, and I want to keep it from the workplace, although you mentioned the equal pay, I want to keep it from the workplace because that's a different type of strength and abilities, in my opinion. But when we just look at just in the homes alone, you doing dishes and me doing dishes, you may not get as washing dishes may be to you washing dishes. If you don't wipe my stove down, to me you didn't wash the dishes. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't clear everything and put them in containers, if anything's left over, you didn't you didn't clean the kitchen. But I applaud your efforts for doing whatever it is that you did. So it shouldn't be my job versus his job, or her job versus his job. That's my opinion. And Dwayne is not going to clean the house better than me.
It's funny that that we brought that up, because I was listening to a show or watching a show, and they were talking about like Devin said, you're female, I'm a male, I'm naturally stronger than you are. So the thing was that they wanted the transgender, am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to compete in the female category as a male. I'm not a runner, but I think they're like in the marathon, the male time is like almost 30 to 40 minutes faster than a female time. So if you got a transgender guy, even though he did all his stuff, he's going to be probably a little bit faster than that male. I'm not saying all of them are going to be faster, but like he said, average guy is probably going to be faster that's running in the marathon or any sports for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And so that actually is a problem that a lot of competitive women are having, because the transgender women, they are taking first place in everything. They're setting new records all across the board. They're just, and the I don't want to say this wrong, the female born women, I don't know how to say that properly, I'm sorry.
There's no word for it anymore.
They are having issues keeping up with the transgenders, and so they don't think it's fair that they can compete, because they're not naturally as strong and fast.
Right. I love all of God's little children, born male, born female, whatever your choice. I love them, but I just think there should be some boundaries. If my opinion were to have any weight, I would say let's set some boundaries. You know what I'm saying? For those of us who are born women and want to be men, those people would never be able to impregnate a woman. Those who are born a man and transgender to a woman, I don't think science has set it up yet where they can birth.
There was one instance where the guy had a womb, and people were wondering how you got a womb, but that's neither here nor there. But there was just one instance.
Had he birthed though?
Oh, I didn't follow the case. I was looking at it while I was at work.
Okay. And I'm just saying, not to get into the science of it, I just think, there just be some, if you're going to go from a man to a woman, go from a man to a woman. If you're going to go from a woman to a man, go from a woman to a man. But there should be some boundaries. It's never going to be enough. It's never going to be enough, in my opinion.
It's not, but it's neither here nor there. Men are just kind of taking over, to kind of get off the subject of transgender. Men are kind of just taking over, it seems, with some things that women can do and what they just won't do, in my opinion. Like with the whole abortion thing that's being passed, it's not in every state now. I believe it's still being held up in South Carolina. But that really irked my nerves for a minute. You're going to tell me I can't have an abortion when, I think like we were talking about earlier, if he says he's not going to help me take care of this child, and I know I'm not financially stable enough by myself to take care of this child, but you say I can't have an abortion because little boo-boo in my womb now has a heartbeat, that's just not right. You can force the men to get on male birth control, but that's not being done. Women say, oh, why are you on birth control? This is because it causes so many problems. That's why I got off of birth control. So there's just no balance in between
Right.
men and women.
Hey guys, when you talk, get a little closer to the mic.
Sorry.
Yeah, that way you won't get so much of the actual room in the mic. Okay.
I guess just kids in general, there's a lot of what's not fair and what is fair. A lot of lives being ruined. A lot of course, people being happy at the same time. There's a lot of things going on with kids because people want to go start it, but they don't want to finish it. Like they don't want to take responsibility, and that's where the I guess the feminism, I think they say my body, my choice.
Mm-hmm.
The man doesn't get an option. He doesn't get a say so. And that's where, I feel like responsibility is responsibility. You want to be an adult, have a kid, you need to take care of your kid. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But, if some people see different, and if the man doesn't want a kid, let's say they were taking precautions to try and prevent having a kid, she still gets pregnant. He gets no say so whether she actually keeps the baby or has the baby. And if he leaves and he can't support child support, a lot of times the man's going to go to jail because he can't afford child support.
Again, I think there should be boundaries. It's just like if I cook daily, let's just say over fire, I'm a chef. Mm-hmm. The chance that I can get burned is always there. The only way I'm not going to get burned is to not be over the fire. Now, I know that's not a great example. I just don't want to get into an example of that. But I'm just saying, if you're not going to take the necessary precautions, and I know you said you did because you protected yourself and still there's a baby. Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things like, hey, if I take this chance, there's always, or if I do this act, there's always a chance something could happen.
Of course.
So why not? I mean, why was, I'm just saying, since we were talking to two of you, why would you be upset that she decided she doesn't want it because she don't want to support it alone? You didn't do everything you could before being a part of the act, and even if it was the other way around, you were okay with having kids, but she doesn't. I think she owed herself a duty as well. I'm not talking about you particularly. I'm just saying just to a man and a woman. I think the female owed herself a duty as well. And even with a birth control method in this case, it still can happen. The only way it's not going to happen if she didn't have the female parts. Mm-hmm. Only way on your behalf, only way it's not going to happen if you had, the medical surgery for it. So that stops all of y'all from, hello somebody. Taking it back to the Bible. No, I'm joking.
Oh my God. That's interesting because, you're still obligated to pay child support, regardless. If she has the baby, then yeah, if you wanted it and she did not have it, then it's kind of messed up. It is, but you did the act. So
what do you do when you're the man and you don't want kids and you keep slipping up? You got with her, she would not abort it, so it was like, okay, I'm forced to keep it. But let's just say you are, what do they call it, a Don Juanist? Let's just say you got to. It's once, twice, 3 times a week, you got to.
I don't think me and her know what that is.
Why you look like that?
I'm glad you said that. I was going through my dictionary like, wait.
Okay, usually a female who, and I'm doing this for a reason, usually a female who wants it regularly, they call her a nymphomaniac.
Right, okay.
A male who wants it regularly, they call him a Don Juanist.
Oh, I thought it was just...
I thought that was all across the board. Nymphomaniac was male or female.
That's what I heard.
So,
okay, I'm sorry.
No worries. I'm glad to help. And I'm going to, before I close this out, matter of fact, I'm going to do it right. I really intend to bring one of those things in here and it slipped my mind. But anyway, I'll leave that alone. So anyway, I'm just saying, so you're a Don Juanist, you're one of those guys who's like, Jessica had that baby for me and I wasn't ready. I'm going to find somebody to get down with me like I want to. Well, guess what? She get pregnant too. And God forbid it happens a third time. What are you going to do? You know how you are, but you keep getting women pregnant despite the fact she's protecting herself and you're protecting yourself. What are you going to do now? You got 3 kids by 3 different people because everybody was down. So what are you going to do? Because it sounds like the option is always to get the woman fixed. What are you going to do?
I feel if it's one, if they're all accepting it, I don't see an issue. If they all accept it, like, you know, that we accept the baby, it's coming. Now, if the issue is if he doesn't want any more kids, but he's gonna keep jumping to different women, he needs to get himself fixed.
I think you just proved my point.
Yeah, but a lot of men don't think that way. They don't think, oh, I have a vasectomy, that's bad, woman. It's just what we were taught.
Because it's okay for you guys to sow your oats. See, you guys do it, you're sowing your oats. We do it, we get called a garden tool.
Come on now, come on. I know you're gonna go there.
I mean,
It's real talk.
she's right.
It's real talk. And I'm just saying, I'm not, like I said, to me, it's conversation. But like I said, it's, because you know what's going to happen? You can ruin a girl's life. But to you, one day, no, I can't get a vasectomy because one day I want to settle down. I want to have a family. Now you want to use it for what you want to use it for. But what about those 3 kids out there? That's your family as well. Just saying.
Just take care of the child.
I agree.
It's too easy.
I agree.
Yeah.
It is too easy.
It's not that hard to take care of a child. A lot of men think that is a big deal. If you had sex for it, you work for it, then you work for it. I mean, really, if you put in the work, then you're going to put in the work afterwards. And, I mean, it's not that bad. While they're young, it's pretty easy. Little Johnny, little Sue, that's pretty easy. It's when they get older that it becomes
Now, I do understand. I'm with you the whole way. I just wanted to make the conversation interesting because they've already had the dialogue between themselves. So I was just trying to bring it, a little bit more, not so much adult, I'll say a little bit more seasoned. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times you can be in a situation when you're young, you'll be like, hey, we got options. We got abortions. We got this. We got adoption. We got so many options. Mm-hmm. But as an adult, abortion may not ever come up. Adoption may not never come up. 2 people that didn't want to be parents are now parents because you want to keep the kid. So I'm just giving you that adult. Not that your guys are this a little bit more seasoned.
It's okay. Sometimes I don't consider myself an adult. It is okay.
I feel that way too. And I'm like, I'm almost 50 years old. But I still like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, ma'am, and depending on how old the person is, I feel like, I don't know, I guess I have that sense of fear a little bit. Like, she's 75. I better not do nothing bad. She's going to call my dad. I'm like, I wish he would come over here. I'm a grown man, dog. You heard that, right, Jose?
That's funny. We had that conversation the other day. I'm going to always say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. And Jessica, you put something on Facebook a couple of weeks ago I was telling him about. But you said something, I think something you forward. And it's, do you know anybody that still does this? And you tag Devin because he always say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Mm-hmm. And I'm just saying, I used to say it's a Southern, some of us were raised differently. So if your mom didn't raise you to say yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am, you're not a bad person. You're still a good person. It's just in me. And I would say it's an age thing, but if I've had a boss that's been younger than me before, and I don't do it like to be, rude, I'll be like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? Or when somebody asks me a question, I'll do it just out of respect. And most older people now, don't say, ma'am, you make me feel old. I'm going to say it. It's just what I do.
So, yeah, I feel like I don't know if it's how I was raised or but I just feel like it's a respect thing. Mm-hmm. It's just, it doesn't matter who it is. You've given me no reason not to respect you. So, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir. That's just how it is.
Okay. You guys got some great conversation. I really enjoy it. I mean, actually, when Jessica told us what she wanted to talk about, I was like, I asked Dwayne, I said, I'm going to let her take the lead on this one. I wasn't really sure it was going to go, but it's interesting that you guys have this type of talk among yourselves. I think, actually, we as adults, I think if we discuss things more, I'm not saying we have less problems, but we have a better approach. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion. So let me ask you guys something real quick. So you have a desk chair in your office?
I have a game chair. But yeah,
does it roll or is it stable?
It rolls.
Do you have one in your library?
Yes, ma'am.
It rolls?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. What are those What does it roll on? What's the thing it calls that it rolls on?
Wheels?
Yeah, I was about to
I'm
say,
not-
wait,
I'm
the
not sure.
wheels?
Okay. Is there a proper name for it, or you just know it as?
It may have a specific name for that type of wheel, but in general, it's a wheel.
Okay. So you know if it has another name, and I'm talking to you specifically, and you don't know that name, you were raised incorrectly because Dwayne.
Hold on.
He's like, wait.
Yeah. What's a caster?
A caster? Off the top of my head, I wouldn't know.
All I'm thinking of is fishing, you casting.
Okay.
Either that or casting iron, or you friends. Something like that.
So I think of video games, honestly.
Those are the wheels on the chair, or they're usually on like a like my toolbox. My toolbox has casters on it.
I will say, in his defense on that, I struggle to stay with the mechanical side of things. I was always trying to go play the video game and do stuff like that.
Well, my thing is this. There are certain things that I assume people know. You know, there are certain things as a male I assume you know. You know, I think caster is like, to me, that's just like a normal language. That's just like normal English. You know, it's not, you know, I'm not asking you to put the RAM in the bank on the motherboard. You may not know what that is, but my assumption, I'm sorry, I assume that people knew, and I guess they don't. It's not a word that's like industry specific or anything like that. You know, I'm not trying to ask you what's the fifth wheel. You know, you may not know what a fifth wheel is.
I'm gonna bring it full circle for you guys in 5 seconds. So Dwayne and I were in Lowe's yesterday, and he said, "I need one more thing. I need a caster." And that's what happened. The black socks. And then he said, "You see him?" I said, "Dwayne, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what I said. I don't even know what a caster is."
No, you didn't. You didn't answer.
Right.
You didn't answer. And I'm like, you don't know what a caster is? And you go, I go, evidently not.
No, I did tell you. I said, "I don't know what a caster is." And you said, or something, I don't know, it may have gone your way. But anyway, but I told him, I said, "I don't even know what a caster is." "You don't know what a caster is?"
No, but like I say, it's my assumption that people knew what that was. It's kind of like if I ask you, get me the lug wrench. You know, when I grew up, a lug wrench had 4 different ends on it. But nowadays, lug wrenches don't have 4 different ends on it. Did you know that?
I know what a wrench is.
At the end of the day, I was offended because he said, "You see it?" I said, "To be honest with you, I don't know what it is." To me, that was enough. "You don't know what it is?" And we're in Lowe's. To me, I thought he had his mask on, but I still thought it was a little loud. But when I got in that car, and he was like, I said, "You really hurt my feelings." "I didn't hurt your feelings." I said, "Yes, you did." I said, "You got loud with me." "No, you didn't." "I know I didn't get loud with you." I said, "Okay." He said, "Everybody knows what a caster is." And I said, "Oh." He said, "I bet you all your friends now." I'm feeling singled out again. I said, "I bet you." And I called a few friends' names. One of my friends is very well-rounded, Miss Janelle. So I called her. She was real busy at the time. She answered the phone. I was like, "Hey, got a question." I said, "What's a caster?" She was like, "I don't know." I said, she said, "Caster." I said, "Caster." She did not know. And I said, "What's the little wheel called on the bottom of the chair you sit on in your office?" She said, "Just like that." "Hell, it's a wheel." I said, "All right, point made."
But you know, if you would have said it in context with something else, then they would have. You know, most people probably know what it is. But off the top of their head, they may not know what it is. I don't know.
I think it just depends on what your everyday life is. Because really, if you tell me, "Hey, did you hear about that new caster?" I'm going to think you're talking about a wizard or something that casts spells.
Exactly.
No, because even if you said, "I need a caster for my office chair," I'm going to sit there and look at you like, come on, tell me some more. I don't know what you're talking about.
And mind you, when we went to Lowe's, we picked up a myriad of things. We picked up about 4 or 5 things, and none of them were relative. We picked up numbers for a mailbox. We picked up some wiring stuff. We picked up boxes. So where the casters was going to fit in at? You know, the context clues were not there. But I got my apology, so I'm good. And I got it, like live.
That would not be in the video. But you know what a caster is now, right?
I do know what a caster is.
Okay. For those of you who don't know what a caster is, those are the wheels that's usually under like a toolbox. You have them under your chairs, anything that rolls, they usually roll on the caster.
But when your wheel break on your chair, what you gonna tell Devin?
The wheels on the chair broke.
No, what I'm saying is, I either need a chair or you need to fix my chair.
And usually they'll have them like they'll be under refrigerators or freezers and stuff like that. And depending on how, I would say, cool the person is who designed the piece of equipment, they'll put locking ones on the front. And that way, when you get it, you can move it around left and right. But when you get it into the spot, you can press a little lever, and it'll lock it in place. That way, it won't roll. Yeah.
Good. Well, guys, before we close, Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
So what time's dinner?
Well, it takes about an hour to cook.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, but to me that's pretty long. Well, hour and a half actually, but yeah.
We don't cook very often in our house. So.
And you're inviting people.
What I like to eat, I know how to cook. But if you, like he said, plantains, I've never eaten that. I've never
You know what
cooked
they are?
it. I was thinking it was the little small bananas, but I think he said it was something else. I was always told plantains were the little small bananas.
Okay.
That's why I was like, no, I don't know how to cook. My sister knows how to cook a variety of things, but if I don't want to eat it, I'm not gonna learn how to cook it.
So what's for dinner?
Breakfast food.
That's what our house is all about. Breakfast.
Hey, it don't matter. It goes down the same way.
I love breakfast.
Just make sure you have some beer.
She said breakfast food.
Hey, that's
I love
just
breakfast food. I love grits, eggs, cheese, sausage, waffles, pancakes, the breakfast casserole. I love it all. You can't forget the bacon.
If we planning for a good morning, like Friday, let me go get these pet peppers real quick. Go get some of this cheese. Come get all this extra onions. Chop all this. I'm about to make a nice
Omelets.
omelet Saturday morning. Oh yeah.
He definitely has some pretty interesting recipes.
Right?
Oh God.
Okay.
Y'all crazy.
You guys have really brought the laughs on today. First of all, thank you guys so much for joining, because let me tell you, you have made this interesting. I'm not even sure where this conversation would have come amongst any of my friends. I mean, just in general, you know, but you got to come back and...
So,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but so equal rights for women, is it for women or is it equal rights for everyone?
Well, like I said, there was the feminists before and there's the feminists now. And I just saw one video earlier. The feminists now, which I don't fully support, it's more so not even, like you said, not even equal rights. It's just women wanting that edge up. And in some aspects, yes, I can agree with it. But it's just, yeah, them just trying to be the higher person. So.
See, yeah, it started out as women want to be equal with men in rights. Nowadays, women, rights-wise, they are equal to men, but there's always going to be people who are biased to others. You can't really get rid of that. People are raised different.
Right.
It's going to be some sort of bias. The nowadays feminists, they feel like everybody's biased against them. Everything's against them. No matter what it is, it's against them. And a lot of women are taking advantage of that. I actually just saw, I heard about a story. A woman robbed a store. The store clerk person was chasing her down. And as he was chasing her, she yelled out, "Help," as if he was trying to, and everybody jumped on him because he's a guy chasing a girl. So she took advantage of that. And it's like no one thinks of the whole situation and what's going on.
Yeah. That was smart, though.
It's kind of like when you like see a female leaning over the car when her tire needs to be changed.
A damsel in distress.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So what if I pull over and just like,
Hit her?
no, tap that. You know she got on short shorts. I mean,
So what you're basically saying is you're co-signing on the next time a police stop me is okay for me to just, like lose my shirt.
if you want to,
Okay.
because I will watch you on Channel 19. Hey, and I'm gonna call Miss Mary too.
I'm just asking the questions. I'm just saying. I'm trying to save the insurance, bro.
I'm gonna call Miss Mary.
Anyway. See, he want to tap, but now he want to call mama. Miss Mary's my mama.
Oh, okay.
See, yeah, he put in ranks. Yeah.
I'm like, you see, channel 19. Don't worry about it. I videoed it for you. I'll send it to you, Miss Mary.
Dirty. Dirty. Because he knows she don't watch 19 anyway. So I'll be good if they get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Jessica? Your heart and mind clear? Did we help you any?
Oh no, it's always gonna come back up. But I think
Not
you for
bad.
your opinions of helping me with this subject, though.
So we're here for it, for opinions, Devin.
I feel like it, they say get more seasoned, thoughts on it.
Right.
Most of the people we ask are around our age, so not much variety in a sense. But it's I guess one of the things that helps in our relationship, we talk about everything. There's just some things we agree that we're not going to agree on.
Agree to disagree.
What's your last name?
Edie?
That's
And you
my
talk?
son.
You discuss stuff?
Yeah, he's pretty
And they say the chip don't fall far from the block. This one didn't fall nowhere near.
Yeah, he does have those moments where it's his way, no highway.
Look, if she's sick, go lay down. I'm gonna make some homemade stuff. I'm gonna fix you right up.
It's
You
that
don't need to
weird-
do
it's
nothing.
the Kool-Aid.
You don't need to go nowhere. You're all right. I got you. Go ahead and lay down. Relax.
I can't even drive.
I ain't taking no chances. I ain't taking chances on sick. Not doing it. Dwayne, you got those qualities?
What?
You take care of me if I'm sick?
I trained him, man. I trained him. He good.
Okay.
That's my dog.
Okay, dog.
You gotta see it. After a minute, you'll see that's a spitting image right there.
They look alike just sitting here looking at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when are we gonna do this again?
We can do it next Sunday if you want.
Well, it depends on what time. I gotta go to Fort Bragg next weekend. But I can get it set up. We can get y'all set up. Y'all want to make this a regular? We can do this like what, once or twice a month?
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
For the most part, I'm fine. I gotta get a heads up because I don't know what's going on weekends. That's like my only free time that everybody's free.
That's my free time too. I'm sorry, that's my free time too. Sunday afternoon is good,
Sundays are usually fine. It's just sometimes on the game on Saturdays, alcohol can get mixed in, and I need to know if I need to not drink as much to be prepared.
Chances are we won't do it this early on an average Sunday.
Yeah, it'll be in the evening.
Yeah.
So, but, what I want to do, which microphone stand you guys like better? This one? That one?
I feel so because they kind of look the same.
I think I like this one a little bit better. It's a little, smoother, but
I like that one. It seems more solid and stable. That one makes me think of the Pixar eye.
yeah, so that one might make it way back to my desk. How about the microphones? Jessica, you got to talk into the microphone.
I like this one, but I do like yours because, like you said, now that does reminds me of the Pixar thing.
Yep.
So
Okay. These are two different types of microphones. So this is a dynamic microphone, and that's a condenser microphone. That's why I can hear you guys breathing and everything.
Yeah.
It's all good though, because I like that microphone. Actually, Jessica got the one that I like. That's a AT2035. That's the one I usually use a lot.
I feel I'm gonna have to remember that number.
Yeah, it's on the back of the microphone.
No, because he's gonna bring it up later in the conversation, and I'm going to know what he's talking about.
There's one number we always remember, and that's 2319.
Yes.
Always remember that number.
2319.
2319. if you don't get it,
It's okay.
it's all right.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? This is our first time actually trying this out. I worked my butt off to try to get everything set up. Miss Jeff Code helped me out. How you doing, Miss Jeff Code?
I'm good, and yourself?
All right. You guys tell us how these mics sound and which stand or which mic do you guys prefer. If we continue to do this, I'll probably upgrade these microphones over here, these condenser microphones, to dynamic microphones. So we'll see what goes from there, and then we'll give Devin some duties and everything, and he can set up like the audio and everything, get the audio running. So I think everything else looks pretty good. Now my heart and mind is.
I was getting around to you, but you knew you was next, huh?
Our next man.
You was next.
Yeah, you got to. But let me ask you one thing. What are you worrying about, man? It's a podcast. We only at 35 minutes. Usually podcasts go like an hour. You got something to do? You got a hot date? Bring it down a notch, then. Hey, so what you guys think about the governor of, I think is Michigan or Montana or Minnesota?
I ain't getting into it. I can't remember.
He wanted to what?
See?
What?
Go ahead.
He wanted to outlaw porn on cell phones and tablets.
I heard about that.
Talking to the mic, girl. Get close to the mic.
I heard about that.
What do you think?
I'm trying to figure out how to say this without being too graphic.
Don't be graphic. Don't be graphic.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's right. Everybody has their hobbies that they like. So for him to try and outlaw that for whatever his reasons, because I didn't fully read it, but that just seems wrong, and you're cutting back on people's quote unquote freedom. So I feel that's very wrong. I don't like it.
I feel that if you're not going to get rid of the whole thing, you're just going to say, hey, it can't be portable, then, I mean, in a sense, I can think of it, because there are some people who be in the work bathrooms, and, it's a professional environment. You need to keep it professional, even in the bathrooms, in a sense. So, but overall, I feel like you just want to ban it being portable. I feel like there's no real point in that. I don't understand the point in that. Let me say that.
I have nothing to say.
You have nothing to say? Why? I'm pretty sure you have a view on it.
Just one little smidgen.
I mean, I think it's crazy. But, I mean, there's a lot of other things they can ban from cell phones.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Well, the thing about it is, you can ban it from the phones, but you can't ban it from their hearts. I'm thinking about your example in the bathroom at work. You know what I'm saying? You can have a flashback and go in the bathroom and just have a moment. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't necessarily mean that, even if you had headphones in your ears listening to it in the stall, enjoying yourself, it's still there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think they're going a little far when you're telling me what I can do with this phone that I pay my money for, what I can download or what I can access. I just think that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I like that. That was safe, Bill. Very good. I agree with you. No, I don't. I totally agree. I think it's kind of crazy. These politicians, like I said before, these politicians are going crazy, And if you're not careful, then we're gonna be floating over into communism. We're gonna, they're gonna want everything. There's actually countries that block American websites. Mm-hmm. So that's when the whole VPN thing became so big. So they would log in to a VPN in America, get an American IP address, and then they could go to Netflix, they can go to Hulu, they can do whatever they want to. They can watch any movies they want to, because there's some governments that don't want you to watch American stuff. So the same thing is going to happen with cell phones. If they somehow say that these IP addresses, you can't have porn in this area, fine. They're just going to do a VPN and then VPN in and get porn anywhere.
True. Very true.
You can't block the internet.
Or record it to your phone and just watch it.
Yeah.
You won't have to necessarily go to the internet to get it.
It's on TV,
crazy.
the pay-per-view.
It's everywhere. And it ain't just porn. It can be anything, But like I said, now it's porn. Next thing they want to control something else. Then it's going to be something else. And then it's going to be, what's the purpose of a cell phone? Mm-hmm. What's the purpose of having it?
The whole point of the cell phone is what nobody uses it for. I be calling people and don't nobody want to pick up the phone.
Nobody. Now see, I'm old school.
No, he didn't just say that. He won't text. He won't answer the phone. He won't do nothing.
No, if I get a call and I miss it, I'll call you back. Or I'll text you. I will get back to you because no one calls me. So if you're calling me, I'm like, okay, they want to tell me something. Like, what's up? But
Do you call them to see what's up, or you text them back to see what's up?
if you call me, I will call you back. If you text me, I'm going to text you back. Unless you're texting me to call you. If some people say text me, but like, hey, can you call me real quick? Then
Gotcha.
I'm like, but no one. If I'm trying to get in contact with a lot of people, nobody wants to pick up the phone. So I'm like, okay, what's the point of having the phone if no one's gonna pick it up?
If the governor want to do something, they need to take silent off the phones.
You can't because I'm in some group chats. I'm gonna be in a work meeting. You going
They need to take silent and vibrate off phones.
Okay.
This phone right here, I heard that phone ring today for the first time. I know in about 6 months, probably 3. Never on.
Because she's never been on a group chat and trying to sleep at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Listen,
I
Mr.
like that.
Technology though, come on, work with me. I told him, I said, you can set up, you can put your phone in do not disturb mode.
Okay.
He can put you, me, his mom, and whoever else. It'll only ring if our numbers come through. Everybody else, it won't disturb him.
But that can be a problem.
Why?
Because there are, depending on the position, especially at work that you're in, you don't know who's going to call you. They may be someone that rarely ever calls you, but if they call you, you need to know. So you can't mark all these phone numbers down, like,
Devin,
just in case they call.
He keeps his phone on silent, not vibrating. Silent. So when those people call from work, he ain't getting it anyway.
Okay, yeah, I have to agree with Ms. Hope
You get
on
what I'm
that.
saying?
But, okay.
There's no point of you telling people, you can call me anytime, like some of my friends do. But when I do call you, your phone's on silent, you don't pick up, or like you said, you're blocking me somehow in the chat because I text too much. There's no point of me calling you.
If you have an emergency, you can't get through.
He can. I will eventually look at that phone.
That defeats the purpose of it being an emergency, sir.
Exactly.
No, because you can call my house phone. My house phone always rings.
That doesn't work. It rings, but he doesn't answer. I have yet to get him on that house phone.
You can do a drop in.
I can.
Well, I'm pretty sure he can if he got Alexa.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, dude, drop in.
Saying,
Let me tell you about,
always have a backup.
you know what drop-in is, right?
Not what Alexa now.
Okay. He has Alexa, I have Alexa. And we both given each other permission to drop in. So I can go on my phone or on one of my Alexa apps. And I was careful because she's sitting back there. And I can say drop in on the way and it'll ring. You know. So, and I'll pick up or he'll pick up. I can do it from my phone as well. You know, which is a good feature because like he never answers his phone. But that drop in, that Alexa is right beside his bed.
Okay, basically, I have to give it to her on that. If the only way that she can get you to answer is through the drop-in, but like you said, you have your house phone, you have your cell phone, and then on your cell phone, you have multiple apps. I don't know if you have all the apps that I do that people can talk to you, contact you, but that brings up a problem. And then again, if those methods, you put them on silent, that just makes it even worse. So I have to side with her. I'm sorry.
He doesn't care.
He what?
He doesn't care.
Because he has to sleep. He needs to sleep.
Really?
Yes.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
You do be sleeping till like 11 or 1 o'clock in the morning. At least I caught a few times.
Hey, I gotta get it in. Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
You guys drugged me enough.
Whatevs.
I'm gonna delete all this out.
Of course you are.
It's
I
all
would never do
love.
that. I would never do that.
It may not make it to the big screen. You'll keep the footage.
Hey, I got a problem with that footage now.
Okay. Are we good now?
We are good. Take us home.
You didn't cry this time on that part.
You know what? I have not. I got a podcast that I have yet to produce. I was laughing so hard I was in tears. But you know what? I'm gonna get around to it. But I got something I gotta get situated first.
Okay. Devin, Jessica, you will join us again soon, correct?
Correct.
Of course, you just gotta give us a heads up.
Here's your heads up.
No, I need a
Well,
specific
in a
day,
We
time.
don't do last minute.
No.
Next Sunday?
Okay.
What time?
It'll be late in the evening. Like I said, I got drill next week.
Oh. So won't you shoot for a week after that?
No, I mean it'll just be late. You know, we can do it like at 8:00 at night if I can.
That works for you guys? The fact that y'all slow to answer scares me.
No.
Oh, no, that's too late. We're usually starting to go to bed around 10.
Man, you too young to be going to bed around that time.
Well, there's a squishy that says otherwise.
That's a who?
There's a squishy. Remember, I told you about my squishy.
And we have
What's a
pets.
squishy?
My baby says, "Mommy, I want to go to sleep around 9:30."
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, we can week after next, so that'd be fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you. But we'll get together on the date and time. I'll text Jessica,
Okay.
or I'll put it in that group text we have, so we know we'll have direct times, locations, and everything. Okay.
I didn't know we had a
Thank you,
group chat.
guys. All right. And to all of you out there, thank you so much for tuning in. Please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. And also visit our website at alwaysaccuratemediagroup.com and check out what we're doing with photography, videography, and smart homes. And while you're there, if your heart is led, please take an opportunity to donate. You can do that there on the website as well. And for any additional information you may have, you can hit us up at the email address listed below. You guys take care and have a great rest of the week. Bye.
Bye.